Hi guys, welcome back to another video from JC Trading. Chris with you today, and I just wanted to do a quick one on the inversion fair value gap strategy that we sometimes use within the Discord group. This is a very, well, on face value, a very simple strategy. There are lots and lots of elements that go into it and certain things that we look for and obviously avoid. But I just wanted to go through the actual structure of it today, and I've got a couple on the charts. This is obviously real-time price action, and these just happen to be there when I open the charts. You will see this happen a lot. There are numerous rules that I'm not going to go into within this video. I just wanted to give you a feel for the strategy and to obviously show it in action. So for those that aren't aware what a fair value gap is, I did actually make a video about this yesterday, so feel free to go and watch that. But in essence, it's where the market leaves an imbalance, and by that I've got two imbalances marked here. So the market, the fair value gap started with this candle here, we moved up, and then we had the last candle there. So the fair value gap is made up of three candles. The gap between them is the fair value gap, the FVG. So typically we expect fair value gaps to be respected. So in this instance, what we would have thought would happen would be that the price came up, put in the fair value gap, it would come down, respect it, and then it would go off to the upside. When they invert, and this is what I mean by inversion, when the fair value gap is compromised by a candle closing below it, that is then an inversion. So this, for argument's sake, would have been, I'll just get my short position tool up. This would be an entry at the candle close here. Your stop loss would be a candle close above this fair value gap, so say around here, for argument's sake. Obviously it's hard to chart these exactly because you don't know where the candle would close. Would it close above there, or would it just close there? So I'll just put it in as that for the time being. Your target would be this low here, which would be there. So you've got a nice 1 to 2.33 trade there. So this inversion, obviously inverted here, you would have entered, wait for a close above, and then it's gone down. It seek the liquidity here, and that's where your take profit could have been. Obviously you could have held a runner, or you could be aiming for a target down here. There are other rules for this strategy. This is purely just an introduction to it. So that would have been a nice 1 to 2-ish. You also had very quickly afterwards, when this had gone down and hit your TP, price actually, with these candles 1, 2 and 3, it actually put in another fair value gap, and obviously we would expect the same here. We would expect price to come up, make the fair value gap, come back and respect it, and then move on to the upside. It didn't. It inverted, and it inverted on this candle here. You can see it's just broken below this fair value gap, so that would have been another entry. Now your entry for this one would have been on candle close there. You're waiting for candle close above the fair value gap, and then you would be aiming, or your potential TP would be this low here. So that's two examples. There's probably a third one brewing here. As I said, this is literally real-time price action. So if we move this over to here, another fair value gap has just been put in. Now again, we'd expect it to come down and respect it and move away. It didn't. It inversed it, which was there. So you've actually got another entry here. Stop loss would have been above here. Your take profit would have been at the low there. So that's about a 1 to 1.6. So you've probably got 1 to 2. There's about another 3 there. You could have picked up about 5R there, and this is literally me just turning the screen on. And you would have had it within, when was the first one put in? The first inversion happened at 12:58 today, and this one hasn't quite hit TP yet, but within the space of half an hour, say for argument's sake, you would have had 3 trades there. This one would have hit TP, this one would have hit TP, this one has almost got to your TP, which would have been this low, but has clearly not quite made it and is now making its way up. But if this one was to hit as well, you would have picked up around 5R in about half an hour. So that is the inversion strategy, or the IFVG strategy. There is a lot more to it. We trade it live every day in a Discord group. The group link is in the description box below. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments, and say failing that, hop over to the free Discord. We're trading London Open, New York Open, and sometimes we trade the New York PM session as well. But you can ask questions, obviously, about this, about the other rules. We're building up a library of learning videos on YouTube, so hopefully you can get a resource from that as well. But that's it. In a nutshell and an introduction, that is the IFVG strategy. Speak to you soon. Bye.